Ed here with the Digital Digest, and today I wanted to share a quick unboxing and first look at the KYY 15.6-inch 4K portable monitor. Now, this retails for roughly $250 US. I'll include a link in the description, and it is currently on sale, I believe, for $15 below that price point, which might make it one of the most affordable 4K portable color-accurate monitors on the market here in 2022. Now, in full disclosure, this was sent over by the manufacturer for review purposes, so let's go ahead and take a look at this thing. So 1.7 pounds, 400 nits of brightness, and again, the claim of covering the entire Adobe RGB spectrum, which if it pulls that off is really impressive at its price point, even if we don't have touchscreen input. We also have built-in speakers, but without further ado, let's go ahead and just crack it open. So I've covered a lot of portable monitors over the years, and it's amazing how much prices have softened, become more aggressive, but then again, we are moving away from IPS panels these days and closer, of course, to OLEDs, which I've yet to review an OLED portable monitor, but they're out there. They're generally quite expensive. I have seen a few more aggressively priced, but here, you know, the overall value, if this product performs as advertised, really does demonstrate how far IPS has come in terms of, you know, making a very affordable and, in this case, portable and color accurate option. So this does come with a case, for those of you that are wondering. It is one of those smart cases, KYY doing some branding, which does set it apart. I like the color, I like the feel. We'll see how it actually handles putting the monitor in a fixed position in a moment. Let's go ahead and just see what else we've got in the box. Of course, a power adapter, which you are likely going to need. I like that they're giving us a dedicated wall adapter. Of course, Type-C on the other end of that, because that is how you're going to drive this. And then we've got an HDMI to what appears to be a mini HDMI cable, and some instructions. And then last but not least, of course, a Type-C to Type-C, because that can also drive this display. It's not only for power. So let's go ahead and get the packaging out of here, because that is everything that came in the box. And let's take a look at the actual display here. So I'm going to go ahead and put these aside. And, you know, whether or not your device will be able to power this on its own is a question everyone always wants answered, and we'll get there as I test it out. So, first and foremost, the case that you're looking at here is magnetic. We have what appears to be, I think this is an aluminum, an aluminum build. And overall, these displays are incredibly useful, not just because of the pandemic, but I think in general. I mean, they can be used for so many different things, and they generally just do exactly what they should. So it appears we have a pre-installed, well, it's not a pre-installed screen protector. We've got some plastic on the front end, which, you know, you could opt to leave on. A lot of displays these days come with screen protectors, but the fit and finish on here looks nice enough to me. Build quality feels pretty solid. Let's go ahead and just see the case, and this is always, for lack of a better word, the case with these. They tend to be a little bit tricky, convoluted. This couldn't have been more simple just now for setting it up. So that's really nice to see out of the gate. Nothing, you know, no science. You don't need to be a rocket scientist to figure this out. Simply open it, position it, and you've got two different vantage points there, or viewing angles, and it looks like it's working perfectly well, seems stable, and again, it's all magnetic. So let's go ahead and pop off the case. So this I already really like, KYY doing that well out of the gate. Let's take a look at the device itself. So on the left side, we have a speaker, our power button, a menu toggle or rocker to take you through the menus and make selections. We have a 3.5mm headphone jack right there. And then if I flip to the back, you can see that these are actually labeled. On the other side, you see two lightning bolts, and that's because, or thunderbolts rather, these are both Type-C ports. I'll go ahead and show that to you right now. And as you can see, we've got Type-C, Type-C, and that mini HDMI. And that is it. So let's go ahead, pull this off, and let's see what the display quality is like, because we don't need to leave this on. It is not a screen protector, as I nearly said it was. Sometimes these devices do come with pre-installed. This one does not. Not a big deal. It is a matte finish, which I also like. You know, whether or not you are personally, you know, if you prefer to have high gloss, then always shop for one. If you prefer matte, which I generally do, especially on portable displays, I mean, it really depends on what type of work you're doing on it or content consumption. That's generally going to make the decision. So let's go ahead and try to get this hooked up to something. And I will put the case back on. You know, I'm not expecting to be overwhelmed by the speakers, but I am expecting, again, really solid actual performance from the display itself. And that's because KYY is claiming that it has some great performance when it comes to color accuracy, which, if true, and with its brightness being fairly good, that should amount to a solid option for any of you looking to do photo or video editing on a second display in a pinch. So let's go ahead and plug this in, just opening up the included Type-C cable, and hopefully that will do the trick. I'm going to just hook it up to my Z Fold 2 because my Z Fold 3 is unfortunately not with us right now. And we'll see if it's able to actually output to it. If it is, I think that'll be a really good indication of what this device is capable of. So there's the Z Fold. Let's go ahead and plug it in. And if it boots DeX, then, I mean, that's already a nice feature because, as many of you know, that's not always something that you can do with a portable monitor without power. Now, generally what happens is that it can boot it and power it, but it only does it at low brightness. And you can already see we're getting a flashing display, so that's telling me this is not going to work over a single cable. So let's go ahead and disconnect that, and let's go ahead and hook up the power. And after all, that's likely the reason KYY provides that, because they don't expect you to try to pull that off, but it's always good to test because, again, I think that's one of the most frequent questions I get regarding portable displays is, will it be able to work without a dedicated power source? So let's go ahead and plug that in, and I will go ahead and plug it into a power strip right now. Bear with me, and we'll know exactly what to expect here, which hopefully will be something good. That's my hope with this portable display. So plugging it in, and here we go. So now we are hardwired, and we're going to find out. Not an incredible run on this included cable, so something to be aware of, but you can see it is booting, so it is working as expected. Now I'm going to go ahead and just, again, plug in my Z Fold. Bring this to the other side. Go ahead and plug that in, and now we should boot. So let's see if we're able to. And there we go. DeX is booting. Now, I'm going to go ahead and change that viewing angle because it is not wonderful, obviously, because of the unboxing angle. But you can see, it appears I just DC'd something. It may have just been because I did not unlock it. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's go ahead and do the unlock. Bear with me here. Just going to take that off screen for a second. Have a little bit of a balancing act that I'm going through here, and I'll go ahead and unlock it so that everyone is able to see that DeX is up and running as it should be, and it is. And you know, this looks fairly good. I mean, I'm gonna have to play with it, see what brightness is like. It claims to be HDR capable as well. I'm gonna put it through some testing, and then I will follow up. But right now, it looks good. Excuse the glare, you know, and it just seems to be a pretty good option if, again, what you're after is a 4K portable 15.6-inch display that is going to be color accurate. I mean, that is the hope, obviously, with a device like this. But that pretty much sums it up. Again, this is the KYY 4K 15.6-inch portable display. Any questions or comments, please feel free to post them. Hit that like button. And as usual, please feel free to subscribe, and please stay safe. Later.